one.
All right. Hey, welcome everybody to Hangar 18 volume number 29. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, and fuck you.
Who's
With
next?
with me as always is the Spock Mike Kirk, the great Southern Belle panty dropper, the baritone bad boy, Dreadwit.
Southern Belle. What the hell?
Hey, you know, I'm just saying. You probably had like what do they call those? A cotillion.
No, I never heard of that until like a couple years ago.
Isn't that like when they have a debutante and they have a coming out party?
Some sort of dance or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like listen to this. Like one time, my brother, who always is like, "I'm the biggest badass motherfucker ever," he like made fun of me because I didn't know what a debutante was. And furthermore, he also he's all the time like saying what a big badass macho man he was. And he corrected me one time because I called what Fred on Scooby Doo. I said that was a scarf, and he's like, "That's an ascot, you dumbass." Really? So yeah. All right.
Yeah. I'd never heard the term cotillion used until like literally a couple of years ago. I saw it on some cartoon that my kids watch, and I was like,
I think it's just a cotillion, not a crotillion.
Well, whatever the fuck it's called.
Get it right, motherfucker! It's a Southern thing to start with. God, you Southerners don't know anything about. You Southerners don't know anything about the South. You don't know about Mimel. You don't know about cotillions.
No.
Yeah, to learn you up about the South.
I know, right?
You've heard of the Mason-Dixon line, right?
Oh yeah, we don't go past that.
Oh yeah. All right.
We burn if we go past that.
Oh, is that what happens? You're like the fucking.
We like catch on fire.
You're like vampires when the sun comes up. Like, oh no, paved road and grammar. Fuck. Ah. All right. So where were we? Oh yeah, heavy metal news. As always, we start off with our segment of heavy metal news, and my heavy metal news is pretty significant. I think it is Phil Anselmo of Down and Pantera and Superjoint Ritual fame has
about 50 others.
Yeah, right. He has uncovered a lost track of Pantera. Yeah. He says, and I quote, "That's interesting because I did not find a track I cannot make heads or tails of. I cannot make heads or tails out of, and I know it's the guys, but I never did the vocals over top of it. And I'm sure back in the day there was a good reason for it. So probably because you were on some kind of heroin bender would be my guess.
Right.
But apparently there is. I remember when Piss came out a couple years ago, like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
That Pantera Lost track. This is another Pantera Lost track, and it's an instrumental. So I think that would be cool.
Well, Hell Yeah just put out something similar where Dimebag was playing on a track. It was something from the vault that they had pulled out and put together.
Oh yeah.
I'm on it. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. That's my heavy metal news. What do you got for us? I bet you can't fucking top Pantera Lost track.
No, I can't top that at all. All I have is, and I'm not a fan of this band. I really never listened to them and don't know much about them. But sad news either way, because it always sucks when someone dies. But former singer of the band Nothing Face, Matt Holt, passed away April 15th, a couple days ago.
Yeah, I heard about that. You know what the first thing I thought was when I heard that?
What?
I wondered if he was related to Gary Holt.
I thought I was going to say that. Yeah, I thinking probably not, but
I'm thinking probably not either. But Gary Holt's fucking Slayer.
Yeah. So
all right,
anyway, that's my news. No, that's all right. That was it. Just that he passed away. Like I said, it always sucks when somebody dies, you know. But as far as the music, I'm sure there's some Nothing Face fans out there, but I'm not really into them.
I can't even honestly name a Nothing Face song.
No. In fact, I think isn't their guitar player in Hell Yeah now?
Probably. I mean, Hell Yeah seems like it's got members from like 8 different bands in it.
Yeah, from a bunch of, I think so. I think one of their guys is in Hell Yeah.
Like the singer's from Mudvayne, right?
Yeah, he's from Mudvayne, and of course Vinnie Paul's on drums.
Right. Okay.
See how I brought that back around?
I saw that. It was like symbiotic. All right. Okay, so Right. So this week, we decided to let Dreadwind pick the songs, and that might have been a mistake here. I'm not 100% sure because like these songs he picked, some of them like I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking with some of these.
I kind of had a animated theme going on for a little while, but then I started running out of animated ones, so I
Right.
just went with some other stuff.
Yeah. So like,
there's a little something for everybody on this list.
yeah, I guess he was aiming to please the masses on this, but like some of these, yeah, I was like, what the fuck are we listening to here? All right, so our very first band is called Civil War, and they are from Falun, Sweden. Falun, I have no idea. Falun, Sweden. 2012 is when they were formed. This is off of their 2015 album Gods and Generals, and the song is called Bay of Pigs. Okay. The main riff in the beginning reminds me of that rhyme that used to be when you were little. There's a place in France where the naked ladies dance. There's a hole in the wall where the men can see. That's exactly like went along that exact lines. I was like, what the fuck? They fucking weaponized "There's a hole in the wall" song. So there was that, and then you got the singer, and the singer looks like he's trying to dress in like a Civil War uniform, but he ends up looking like Michael Jackson because of his hair and his sunglasses and the way he's like. Yeah, he looked fucking spot on, Michael Jackson.
Something about his face, and you're dead on about that because it looks like he's had like one too many. Plastic surgeries, facelifts,
or like I don't know, maybe you had real bad acne or something. Because his face is definitely fucked up.
It seemed kind of stretched though, like like
yeah,
I said,
right, right. Yeah. Like what's that one chick who used to do the red carpet stuff?
Oh, Joan Rivers.
Yeah, her face was all stretched too. Like, and she was always funny about it though. She would say, "My face has seen more knives than a Benihana."
Right.
Which is sad that we're missing her too, because she was actually funny.
Yeah, she'd be like, I'm laughing now, but you can't tell.
Right.
Yeah.
They're saying in the chorus, they're saying Bay of Pigs, but to me, every time I heard it, it sounded like they're saying Bay of Tits. It sounded like Bay of Tits, Bay of Tits. And I was like, man, I'd love to find the Bay of Tits. It'd be a great place to take a vacation. You know what I mean?
Probably stink.
I was not a fan of the vocals. And shockingly, I was not a fan of these style of vocals because they were way too high pitched and it was distracting to me. And everybody in the comments was like, "Oh my god, they were ejaculating all over how great this guy sings."
Yeah, I saw that.
But I'm not a fan of that. I mean, he was like, I don't even know if Nuts and a Vice could even cover it. I mean, just high pitched and then they had the chorus where they're in power metal, they're big fans of this. Where they have the chorus where you got like an actual chorus singing behind the lead singer. And I don't like that. That's probably one of my biggest gripes about power metal is the vocals. And the solo seemed a bit lame. I mean, it was like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what? You tried, and there was too much keyboard. So I shit all over this song. I give it a 6.0. Dreadwind, Civil War, Bay of Pigs.
Okay. First of all, Civil War is a band formed in Sweden. And let me back up just a little bit. Back in 2012-ish, somewhere right around there, Sabaton put out the Carolus Rex CD, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, as they finished recording that CD, like Sabaton's whole lineup changed.
Okay.
Almost the whole lineup, okay? Both guitar players, the keyboard player, and the drummer all quit Sabaton at the same time. So after Carolus Rex album, all you had left was the bass player and the singer. Those are the only they're still in the band. Those are the only two guys that were the original members that stayed in Sabaton. They got all new band members around them, and they continued Sabaton from there. The guys that left, both guitar players, keyboard player, drummer, formed Civil War.
Wow.
That's where Civil War came from. They got a bass player, and then they got this dude for the singer, and they started this band Civil War. Now, they're wearing the Civil War jackets, and their band is called Civil War, and the album is Gods and Generals, and it's very
then they have
Civil
a
War
song about the
themed.
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, that too. But they're from Sweden, and I'm like, I don't know. It just seems weird that they're taking that theme that far, and they're not even from America. They're from Sweden. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, Sweden's got some interesting history too. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
fucking
the,
Vikings.
the the other thing too is that they're very much a Sabaton 2.0
Fucking
sort
A,
of.
they are.
I mean, they do the history battle theme song just like they're straight up Sabaton ripoff is what they are.
Can't argue with
And
that.
this was a perfect opportunity for them they could still do their music style but do something different lyrically. But for whatever reason they decided, let's do the exact same thing Sabaton's still doing. And it just comes off as a ripoff because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of the vocals either. I'm normally, I like power metal. I don't mind listening to certain singers that sing in a higher key, but this guy's vocals, I'm with you. I saw people ejaculating all over, oh, this guy's so awesome, and he sound kind of strained, high pitched and strained at the same time.
He's no
The
Rob
lyrics,
Halford, that's for sure.
no, not at all. The lyrics are they're a lot weaker than what Sabaton's lyrics are. Also, they don't flow as well. They don't fit as well. They don't. They're not as catchy. They're not as something. They're just blah. Now I did see somewhere where apparently this guy's not singing for him anymore. So maybe if they get a new singer, they might be better. But as of now, not interested in this band at all. I gave it a 6.0 as well.
No, look at that. Look at that. They got two fucking turds. 2 turds up.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Okay.
If you want to hear a bad copy of Sabaton, then listen to Civil War.
All right. Our next band that we're going to talk about is Powerwolf, and the song is called Armata Strigoi. Powerwolf was formed in Germany in 2003, and this is off their album Blessed and Possessed from 2015. I was grooving on the opening riff. I was like, oh, this is pretty good, until the guy came in that sounds exactly like Sabaton. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like, what is it, Sabaton hour? So the guy comes in, it sounds exactly like the lead singer. I mean, exactly like the lead singer from Sabaton. I noticed that somebody said that the name of the song means undead army in Romanian. And like, I guess if like you paid attention to the lyrics, which I kind of like vaguely did, they were talking about, yeah, we're a bunch of undead guys who chew people up or something. I don't fucking
know. Strigoi is the singer is actually from Romania, and Strigoi is supposed to be Romanian for an undead creature that is a lot like what would become a vampire in mythology legends. So basically, army of vampire, more or less.
Right. So,
which would, yeah.
So yeah, the drum track on this was boring as fuck. And when they went to they did their little breakdown, it sounded almost like that Hava Nagila song that they sing at Jewish festivals. You know, Hava da 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 da. It sounded fucking like that. I'm like, what the fuck is that shit? So Powerwolf, Armata Strigoi, I give a 6.5. I was also not a fan of this song here either. Dreadwind, what did you think of Powerwolf?
Well, that's fucking wrong. Okay. Now, this one I actually liked. I'm not a huge Powerwolf fan. I won't sit down and listen to a whole album or anything, but there's a couple of songs that I kind of get into. This is probably one of my favorite songs by them. It's got a good groove, good, real big, basic power metal opening. If you like power metal and you listen to power metal, this has kind of all the basic power metal cliches, I guess you could say. Very liberal use of keyboards. One thing I noticed is kind of weird. They don't have a bass player. They have like 2 guitar players and a keyboard player. So I guess the keyboard player handles the bass lines or whatever.
Probably.
I don't know. Probably, yeah. And I believe I read somewhere where the singer was actually trained, and you can tell when you listen to him, he was trained in classical opera.
Yep, definitely. That's my main bitch about power metal.
Yeah, yeah, and you're lucky I didn't pick one of their other songs where he goes full opera on that one. I mean, full opera. But anyway, yeah, I actually like this one. I thought the guitar parts were pretty catchy. It's one of my favorite songs by them, so I give it 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah,
all right.
I like this one.
That was totally wrong. Let's move on. Let's move on to bigger and brighter pastures with Heavy Sardios, Metal Drastico.
Yeah.
And this was a pleasant surprise in this little bunch here. This band was formed in Argentina in 1912. In 2012, this is from their self-titled album, also from 2012, so it's probably their debut. My very first note is, fuck yes, dinosaurs with dreadlocks. It's like the band is dressed up as dinosaurs with dreadlocks.
Now here's the thing. I saw a like a weird fact thing a while back, and it was that there's a heavy metal band in Finland that dresses up as dinosaurs and is popular for kids. That's who I was actually looking for. And apparently the dinosaur heavy metal thing is a thing. Because there's like 3 or 4 different bands that do that.
Sweet.
And I thought this was the band I was looking for, and no, because this band's from Argentina.
Argentina, right?
There's another one that is from Finland, and then there's at least a third one that I saw also that's got a different name. So there's 3 or 4 bands out there that are doing kids heavy metal stuff dressed as dinosaurs.
I can't really complain about that. Here's my notes on it. Other than fuck yes, dinosaurs with dreadlocks. They're pretty good South American power thrash. I mean, that's what they are. They're power metals mixed with thrash.
Mm-hmm.
Which South America, that's like thrashy. Other than like L.A. area, that's going to be where you're going to find your thrash in South America. The drummer had a spiked collar, which was pretty fucking win.
Yeah.
They had this little effect that they put on their guitar, which was pretty cool. Way too much keyboard. And the keyboardist was annoying. Then they had this crowd participation part, which nobody in the crowd seemed to be participating in their video. Which I was like, maybe you should like take your video of a smaller club where people came to see you for your video, your official video, because it seemed like nobody gave a fuck about what you were doing.
Well, I think it was just hard to tell because most of the crowd was like 6-year-olds.
Yeah, right. The solo is pretty slick, but it was only about 5 seconds long.
Yeah.
So, Heavy Sardios, Metal Drastico, I give a 7.5. Dreadman.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised too because it's got a real heavy intro and it's got a pretty badass riff too when it kicks off. And they're in dinosaur suits and they're singing in I guess Argentinish Spanish.
Yeah, that would be Spanish, I think, is what they call that these days.
I don't know.
Argentinish. Oh my god.
Anyway. The point is I couldn't understand what the fuck they were singing about, so I don't know what that was. I'm assuming it was something for kids. It's very upbeat and
oh yeah, definitely probably something about dinosaurs.
Vocals, yeah. So a lot better than Barney, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The breakdown I thought was pretty cool. There was a lot of keyboards in there that I could have done without also, and there was a change up somewhere around 2.5 minutes that was pretty cool. It's for kids. It's heavy metal and it's dinosaurs. It's not all bad. I give it a 7.0.
All right.
I'd like to know what they were singing about though, just out of curiosity.
No, yeah, I'm sure you could probably get somebody to translate it for you.
Yeah, I'll have to find an Argentinish translator.
All right. Yeah, right. All right, I got to do it every time. All the way from Tampa, Florida. Obituary. All right, Obituary, which like they make quite a few appearances on our little podcast because apparently both of us really like Obituary. They're fucking awesome. Obituary formed in Tampa, Florida in 1984. And yes, I get it. They originally were called Executioner and they changed their name a couple years later. Fuck off. I think I can just say that and everybody knows what I'm talking about. This is from their self-titled 2017 album and it's called 10,000 Ways to Die. Which is like, I think there's a show called 1,000 Ways to Die, which is pretty funny. Anyway.
Megadeth has a song called 99 Ways to Die.
That's true. That's also true. 99 Ways to Die. All right. At first, I thought the music was not going to be all that great, but then they stopped the little joke music, and then it fucking dropped like 10,000 hammers.
Yes.
It was like just boom, boom, and just fucking crushed it. They had this sweaty-ass low-tune guitar that was fucking just killing it. Just killing it. And then not only that, they had a fucking hilarious animated video, right?
Yes, I love the video.
The video, at one point, the guy goes to Three Stooge, pokes this zombie in the eye, and he does this block. That was so fucking great. The drumming in this song is outstanding. The video is funny as fuck. The solos are fucking awesome. And there's one right after another. They go from like one solo, which is kind of like a high tone solo, and then they go to like kind of an effect solo right after. It's fucking badass. And they fit right over top of the rhythm guitar. It doesn't like break the song up at all. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the video is fucking hilarious. It's got a bunch of great references in it. I love this. I give it a 9.0. Drip.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is actually the sequel to that other animated video they had because they end up at the concert place and it's another band playing. So I thought the intro was just a tad long with the.
Yeah, about 45 seconds, I think.
Yeah, and was that? I don't even know who's doing the music for that. If that was the actual.
It was probably just them fucking around.
Other band, or if it was just them fucking around. I don't know. But anyway, once their music kicks in, though, it's heavy guitars. It's relentless. It's zombies attacking. Hurry up, or we're gonna get ate.
Right. Right.
that was hilarious. The video is just freaking awesome. I mean,
yeah, agreed.
Batting heads off zombies with a guitar, and they break into the Michael Jackson Thriller thing at one point, and
right.
Lemmy comes out of the clouds and spits lightning at him. I mean, it's fucking.
Oh wait, did you see the part where he fucking makes the alien choke acid onto the zombie? That was
yeah, that was cool too. All kinds of great references. The song is just Obituary. It's straight up Obituary. It's relentless. It's heavy. It's awesome. 8.5.
All right. Fuck yeah. All right. Moving on to our next band. It's called Vitamin X or Vitamin 10. I'm not sure exactly which. And they're from Amsterdam, which I think this might be our first Netherlands band. Amsterdam, Netherlands, formed in 1997, and the song is called About to Crack. And it's the title track from their 2012 album. And classic 100 mile per hour angry punk music right off the rip. It's just great punk music. They're angry lyrics, angry singing. The very beginning of the animation reminded me of Pusshead, like of Metallica fame, like the skulls and whatnot. And then it switched into some animation that reminded me of the Beavis and Butthead scene, or the White Zombie scene in the Beavis and Butthead movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying now? And I got kind of distracted by the animation. Didn't really pay attention to the music that much, but I mean, it was just basic punk. So
it wasn't much to it either. It was like
it was like a minute 30 seconds. Yeah. So I give it a 7.5. Dreadwood.
Yeah, I'm with you. My notes are short because there's I think a minute 40 is the official length of the video, and 30 seconds of that is the intro.
Right.
So the song's not very long at all. But it's just very straight up fast punk, and then there's a really kick-ass change up.
Yep.
Right towards the end of it, that was just awesome. And the video was funny. I'm with you though. I don't have very many other notes. I was just watching the video and kind of enjoying it, headbanging along to it. Also, I give it a solid 8.0.
All right. Well, shit. Okay.
Good one. Yeah.
Moving on to one of my favorite guilty pleasure bands, Tankard, which Tankard is one of the German Big Four, if you don't know. And this song is called Food by Your Guts. And Tankard was formed in 1982 in Frankfurt, Germany. And this is from their RIB album, which came out in 2014. The video is a definite inner space reference because like, they start off by
that's the first thing I wrote.
They take the band, put them in a syringe, and inject them into the dude, which is pretty fucking hilarious. The song has got a classic thrash song structure. I mean, it's thrash all the way. It's textbook thrash. The singer Andreas Jeremiah, he kills the vocals, just kills it in the song. The solo is pretty good. But here's my complaint here. It's not even really about the song. It's like people in the comment section were bitching about how simple it was. Not every song has to be this huge opus masterpiece, you know? That's kind of why I like AC/DC's, because they're like simple rock music, you know what I mean? It's the same thing for Tankard. They're just simple, bare bones thrash. That's why I like them. Everyone's like, oh, they've been doing the same song for 30 years. Yeah, because people fucking like it, you shit lord. Anyway, Tankard, Fooled by Your Guts, I give a 8 point. Go ahead.
Nice.
Tankard.
Yeah, and you know, just to comment on that, you know, people will sit there, people will bitch about anything because you get a band like this and be like, oh, they've been making the same song for 30 years, dirt. And then, you know, a band will come around and do something different, and they'll be like, oh, it doesn't sound like their old stuff. This sucks.
You're definitely right about that.
What the fuck do you want? Make up your mind. Yeah. So anyway.
Tell us how you really feel, man.
I'm done. Yeah, but I got the inner space reference too. That was the first thing I wrote. And fast guitars, very, very thrashy. It's a total headbanging tune. And it sounds like it's about brewing beer.
It is.
Yeah, which you can't go wrong with that, right? You have a thrash song about
I
beer.
love the one scene where it looks like the guy's got a boner and they lift it up and it's a tap and they pour the beer out of it.
Yes, that was hilarious. Another masterfully done, hilarious video, animated video. Thoroughly enjoyed this song all the way through. One of my favorite songs from this list, 8.5.
Oh, damn, all right.
Yeah.
Good one. High rate in the fucking thrash. That's something.
All right.
All right. That's cool. Calm down. Just saying. All right. Our next band, I'm not even sure what the hell it is. It's FKU with an umlaut above the U.
Yeah. This was new to me. So.
And the song is called Black Hole Hell, which is a great song name.
Yeah.
They were formed in Sweden in 1987. This is a title track to 2013. I'm not sure if it's an EP or something, but I didn't see any other songs for it, but I'm not 100% sure. The main riff to this song is a motherfucking pile driver. Just fucking pounds you. The singer sounds like the singer of Creator, except angrier. The animation for this particular video reminds me a bit of the Heavy Metal movie, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Synergy. God, dude, that's exactly what I wrote.
Symbiotic, motherfucker. All right. And the characters in the animation is fucking awesome. Like they show this part where they're arming up and like one person gets a pair of hatchets, another person gets a pair of machetes, another guy gets a chainsaw. And my favorite one's the guy with the 2 fucking drills. And he's like drilling zombies through the head.
And the way they do the band is cool too. They look like orcs with the big fangs and stuff.
And then they show the crowd like thrashing around on the floor, and they like get so thrashy and blood starts to fly. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I give FKU or U a Black Hole Hell an 8.0. What did you think, Dreadwind?
We're in total symbiotic synergy on this one because I'm right with you. The only difference I have on what I would say is, to me, they sounded a lot like Overkill.
Yeah, I can see that.
Music and vocal wise, but it's very, very typical thrash throughout the song. Very typical thrash breakdown at 2:30, which was awesome. And the video had a very heavy metal movie feel to it. I loved it. Also, I give it a solid 8.0.
All right, damn, we were fucking on top of that.
I know.
All right, so moving on to another. This is a little bit obscure band, Megadeth. Formed in LA in 1983, and this is back in the day.
That was nice. Do that again.
That's my back in the day impersonation. All right, so this is from
spot on, man. Spot on.
This is from the album "The System Has Failed," which was released in 2004. And here's the very first note that I have: if you're a band and you get an intro by Porky Pig, you've won. Like right there, you won the fucking day. In this video, they get introduced by Porky Pig, and they start off by saying Mega Duck, and then Daffy Duck does this big like solo, and he fucks his guitar up, and then he becomes Megadeth.
Well, this was actually part of an episode of Duck Dodgers.
Gotcha. So, yeah. Here's the thing about the animation, though. For some reason, they gave Dave Mustaine tits, and I'm not sure why, but I was distracted by that the whole entire time.
Yeah.
I really couldn't pay that. I mean, I've heard the song back in the day a million times, but I've never seen this video until like you brought it up. The breakdown at 212 is probably the best part of the song, in my opinion, where they switch the tempo.
Yes.
And then, they change it all around. The outro is pretty good too. They just change it up at the outro. But like he has that auctioneer type thing. He goes back in the day, back in the day. Anyway, I give this a 7.5. It's definitely not my favorite Megadeth song, but I know you probably picked it because of the animation. But again, it's not Symphony of Destruction by any means.
Right. Yeah. And I'm with you. It's not one of my favorite Megadeth songs, but it was with the animation fit into the theme. And he's actually, like I said, it's actually from an episode of Duck Dodgers, and Dave Mustaine is in the episode. So I guess the animators for that episode, that's where the animation came from.
Gotcha.
For a side note, Tia Carrera does one of the voices of, I think it's the Martian Queen.
Tia Carrera's fucking hot.
Yes, she is. And she can sing too.
Not to be confused with Tila Tequila.
Right. No, this is the Swing from Wayne's World movie. Yes. That's actually her singing in the movie, by the way.
Nice.
She does it. Yeah. So anyway.
What's that song called? Ballroom Blitz.
Ballroom Blitz. Yep. So, I like the change-ups also. It's got some pretty typical Megadeth guitar work throughout. He's kind of singing about back in the early days of metal, when him and Megadeth and Metallica were first getting started in the early 80s, and, the leather and spikes and
right. And you just saying, were you there, or are you just now, turning it into them, basically?
Right. You weren't there, you don't know what was going on, so shut the fuck up because we know what we're talking about, kind of thing. Cool song. I liked it. The best part's definitely that change up, like you were talking about towards the end and the outro. Again, it's not one of my favorite Megadeth songs, but it's a solid Megadeth song. I give it 8.0.
All right. Okay, moving on to our next. I don't know if I can call it a band. It's Brian Posen, who is a comedian. Yeah. And Brian Posen's pretty fucking great because he's like me of comedians, right? Because he loves heavy metal, and he loves comic books, and he's a huge nerd. So, and he makes no bones about it either. Him and Patton Oswalt, kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he was born in Sacramento, California in 1966. And the song is called More Metal Than You. It's from their album, which is a great album name, Fart and Wiener Jokes from 2012. Okay. First of all, the video has about 1 million heavy metal references in the video.
Yeah.
And even the music has heavy metal references. For instance, the chorus part, which starts out, Master, Master, which is obviously a nod to Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite references in the album is when he's like, I played D&D with Dio. And it shows him and Dio, and they got their little miniatures, and he rolls a D20. It's fucking awesome. The solo was pretty awesome. And the breakdown at 312 was goddamn amazing. It was just heavy as fucking all get out. But I'm going to go ahead and make a little commentary here about Brian Posen in this song, More Metal Than You. The thrust of the song is he's saying, heavy metal, it doesn't have to be a competition of who's more metal than who. And I guess he's sick of people saying, hey, you're not metal, and I'm way more metal than you, right? But if you fucking wear a Kiss shirt, dude, and claim you're like super heavy metal, that's what's going to happen. I'm sorry. But like, Kiss is not heavy metal. It's rock, and you're free to like them. But like, just I don't know. Just don't claim to be like this big bastion of heavy metal, and then like walk in with a Slipknot shirt, because people are gonna talk shit. That's just gonna happen. I mean, and I get tired of it too when people are like, you know, when they do, it's basically that being that guy of metal. But again,
Right.
don't wear a fucking Kiss shirt if you don't want that kind of reaction, man. So yeah, because Kiss is, and like, I don't know if you've ever seen That Metal Show. They do a lot of that too, where like you'll see the posters on the wall they have. There's a lot of bands there that are not metal, and they'll talk about a lot of bands that are not metal on, you know, That Metal Show.
Yep.
So, and I don't know, maybe I'm like a purist about, you know, what gets classified as metal, but like bands like Kiss, I wouldn't classify as metal. You know?
No, I wouldn't classify Kiss as metal, but they did have influence on a lot of metal musicians.
Oh, I agree. I agree, but you know,
so I mean, you know, not
so
classify
sort of blues
metal,
musicians, but I wouldn't classify blues as metal either. You know?
True. Yeah, that's true. But you know, again, I wouldn't classify Kiss as metal, but I could understand them coming up into the conversation since you're talking about influences and stuff like that, you know. So
right. Now I forget what you ever watched that movie about it's got Stifler in it, and they're basically they're like sales representatives for some energy drink.
I did not see that.
And it's got the kid from Superbad in it.
Probably not.
Anyway, at the end they end up dressing up like Kiss and they go to this big LARPing thing.
Definitely did not see that.
All right, shit. I'm not making that up. I didn't hallucinate that movie. I've seen it more than once. Anyway, okay. What did you think about Brian posting more metal than you?
Hey, yesterday was 420, right?
Yeah, I might have fucking just made that all up.
Maybe so.
I'm looking it up while you give your review, so go ahead.
Hitting that bong too hard there. I don't have the list of all the musicians that appear on this album for him, because obviously he's not a musician. He just does the vocals. But
Role Models, that's the name of that movie.
Yeah, did not see it.
All right. It's got Paul Rudd in it too.
Sure. Okay.
All right. I'll stop breaking your concentration. Go ahead.
I did write down Scott Ian and John Tempesta played on it. So I mean, right away, you know, awesome guitar work, awesome drums.
That definitely gives us some cred. That's for sure.
Yeah, the music is fucking kick ass throughout this song. Oh, what did you rate it? Did you rate it?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I rated it an 8.0.
Okay, all right. Yeah, the music kicks ass all the way through. It kind of reminded me a bit of some of the old school Anthrax, where they did kind of those silly songs like "I'm the Man" and you know, stuff like that.
Bring the Noise.
Yeah, Bring the Noise. You know, vocals and lyrics I thought were okay. He's definitely got some funny moments, and he's got some other parts that are kind of all right. My biggest gripe with this was it was just way too long. It really should have ended about 3 minutes in.
Agreed.
You know, it goes like 5.5 minutes or something like that, and the whole back outro was just kind of useless on it. So other than that, I enjoyed it. I love the references in the video. A lot of it's funny. It's more funny than not funny. You know,
right?
You know, so I give it I guess 7.5 on this one.
All right. Now, okay. This last song, I honestly think Dredd went through this on here because he's like, wow, we got to throw Thundercracker a bone here at the very end. He had to suffer through all this other shit, so we're going to throw this on there. And it is Black Sabbath.
Hey, you know, you gave most of these good scores. I think the first two are the only ones that you shit on.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. I guess everything else scored above 7. I don't know. Maybe I'm a pussy. Maybe I rate things too high. Anyway, Black Sabbath, Under the Sun. It's from Volume 4, which was released in 1972. And this band is from Birmingham, England, formed in 1968. And if you haven't heard Black Sabbath, get out and buy some Black Sabbath CDs right now. I mean, they're fucking great band. Okay. Great eerie Ozzy vocals. There's like this weird tone on Tony's guitar for like the first part of the song where it's like dun 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 dun. That's pretty good. Anyway, there's a weird tone over top of his guitar. I love the lyrics when they're basically the lyrics are, they say, "Leave me the fuck alone."
Yes. Yeah.
I don't need all this bullshit. Leave me alone, right?
Yep.
The drumming on this track is fucking spectacular. There's
Yes.
no other way to describe it. The drumming is probably my favorite part of this whole album because it's just amazing. There are some awesome tempo changes in this particular song, and Megadeth covered the song for the second Nativity in Black album, like cover album, obviously.
Yeah.
And the very end where they changed to the or no, dun, 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 that's fucking awesome.
Yep.
I give it a 9.0. Dreadwin.
Yeah, I really wanted to throw Sabbath on here at the end, and I wanted something that was a little more obscure. I didn't want to grab one of the, Paranoid or something that everybody's heard of before.
Yeah, speaking of that, you know what Dave Mustaine said in the liner notes to Nativity in Black 2 about this song?
What's that?
He's like, we break this song out live occasionally, and people think it's one of our originals because nobody's ever heard it.
Nice. Yeah, this is Volume 4 is not one of their more popular albums, but this is definitely one of the gems on,
Agreed.
on there that most people don't know the song, so it's really cool to listen to something that's this good that people aren't aware of. It starts off really slow, really heavy, and full of doom, like classic doom metal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the template right there, the intro to the song. Then it kicks into Tony's guitar. I love the lyrics too. It's like I don't need these religious people telling me what to believe in. I don't need people telling me what to do. I can live my life.
That was just about exactly the lyrics.
Yeah, pretty much. Ozzy is Ozzy on here. His vocals are great. The change up about 2 minutes in, the drums are just killing it right there. I mean, absolutely killing it. They're really on their game on this song, and the outro is killer. I loved everything about the song. I have it rated an 8.5, but it's really good.
I think Sepultura did a cover of this song too.
They may have.
I think they did.
A couple bands have done covers, but it's definitely not one of the more popular Sabbath songs. So
no, definitely not. Definitely not. So anything off Volume 4 is not really popular. All right, so now comes the time of the podcast where we talk about heavy metal concert experiences, and I'll go first because I'm awesome, and I'll talk about seeing Gwar at a really small club in a small city in Ohio between Columbus and Lima. I won't tell you the name of the city. Fun. What's that?
I bet that was fun.
It was fun. And here's the best part about it, right? At one point of the show, Gorgor comes out, okay? Mm-hmm. And for those of you that don't know, Gorgor is like a giant radiated. It's Godzilla basically, right? with a Gwar twist to it. Gorgor comes out, and Odorous takes this giant axe, and he chops Gorgor's head off, and then Gorgor spits blood all over the crowd. That's like their big shtick, right?
Right.
Here's the best part about this particular show is Odorous takes the axe, and he fucking slices off Gorgor's head. And I don't know if it went wrong or if this was supposed to happen, but a piece of the axe flopped out of the front of the axe, right? Like the sharp part of the axe, and went right on my chest, okay? Because I was like pretty much, I think I was in the second row. I wasn't right up against the bar, but I was pretty close. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I don't know, it was almost like a sponge. So I don't know if they made it out of a sponge or what. I'm sure it's not like a fucking real axe up there that they're hacking shit with. It's obviously props and stuff. But it was like it was like getting hit with like a wet tampon. It was like splop. And then it just stuck to the front of my shirt. So it was pretty awesome. And I kept it for a while. It's like, oh man, this is cool. I got a souvenir of Gwar. And then after a while, like I just kind of lost interest in it and I just threw it out, I think. I think it started to stink, if I'm not mistaken. But
probably so.
Yeah, it was like, because like some of the stuff that they use, like they use milk that's has food coloring in it, and then they use fake blood, and there's like 12 different liquids that they use at Gwar concerts.
Right.
And I was covered with about 13 of those 12 by the time I left. So yeah, Like one of my favorite things that that Brocky ever did was they showed him backstage one time, and he takes his boots off and he dumps all this this like sweat out of his boot that he had, like, 'cause this boot looks like claws or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And one of his bandmates comes up and says, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? These bowhats will pay good money for that." Which I thought that was pretty funny. I saw that on some documentary of them sometime in the past. But anyway, yeah, I got hit by a piece of Odorus's axe at one time.
That's nice. Yeah, I know they use like that foam material.
Yeah.
Props with like
I'm sure they use latex and nylon and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah, all kinds of weird stuff that they use. You know, they when they first got started, they were hanging out with the guys from Green Jello.
Right. Yeah, I did know that.
And and they kind of shared prop making tips amongst each other to make better props and costumes and stuff.
They also sometimes tour as Rarg, which is Gore backwards, and they don't have their makeup on.
Yep. I saw a video of them when Brocky was still with them, and they did that where they were playing. That's pretty cool. I like to see them live.
Despite all their antics, Gore are amazing musicians.
Yes, they are.
So there you go. That's my story.
Good stuff. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I was at one of the Ozfests in Dallas, which is in summertime, and I can't remember if I told this particular one or not. But did I tell about the time I met Zach
Wild?
Did I mention that? Yeah,
no?
Zach Wild. Okay,
you didn't tell us about that.
So I met Zach Wild. It was at the Ozfest, and I think he was playing with Ozzy that year, if I remember right. So they had a little tent set up, and he was signing autographs. So I got in line, and you just kind of get to walk up, shake his hand, say, "Hey, how you doing?" and stuff like that. So of course, me, other than didn't want to go up there and just go, "Hey, I'm a big fan," So I was trying to be, I guess, that guy without being that guy. So I was like, "Is it hot enough for you?" And he was like, "Oh, fuck, man. I'm sweating my motherfucking balls off."
Nice. That's another thing people would probably pay money for is ball sweat.
Probably so, yeah. Because he's decked out in his leather and shit.
Oh, yeah. He's got his big log. Did he have his big log chain?
He had the big chain and everything, and this is like noon, right? So hottest part of the day.
Yeah.
So I got one of my CDs signed by him.
Sweet.
And then after that, you go around, and we're waiting. At one point, we were waiting for the main stage to kick on. So the second stage had finished playing, and the main stage was getting set up for the first band. And over off to the side, they had like this cool down tent. Where it was like
mist of water on you.
Right, they had the mist of water spraying and everything, but it was a little bit more than just a mist, and that was a really nice place to hang out because there were the occasional girls that would come in wearing the white tank tops that would go in and just get soaked.
Yeah,
and
nothing wrong with that.
That was a couple of times. They would walk out to applause.
Oh, nice.
so that was pretty cool. So that's my story.
All right, well, that works out pretty good. Those are two pretty good stories. One way to just fucking tell them. Fuck. All right, so here comes Dreadwood's favorite part of the show. I'm gonna plug my events, and my event this weekend got canceled. I was gonna go to Central Ohio Con, but it got canceled, which fucking sucks. Now I got nothing to do this weekend. So this weekend I'll be doing nothing. But next weekend, I'll be doing YoiCon at, I believe, the Hyatt Regency in Columbus, which is an anime festival.
YoiCon?
YoiCon, Y-O-I-Con, YoiCon. And right after that is my fucking birthday. So everybody who's in earshot, buy me something awesome.
Sweet.
And not only that, is on my birthday, we're going to have a Decepticast on my birthday.
Nice.
So I'm not saying, trying to put any suggestions in anybody's mind, but I can use a new car. I don't know. I'm not really picky. Something in the $30,000 range would be fine.
What day is that going to be? Is that like a Sunday?
2nd of May. It's a Tuesday.
A Tuesday. Okay.
Tuesday, yeah. So there you go. And that's it for me. So I'm just going to stay horns up and fucking stay metal, Dreadwind.
Very nice. I'm going to check out my YouTube channel here soon. I just got started into playing the X-Wing miniatures game, and I don't have anything on my YouTube channel right now, but I might be putting up a couple of review videos here
Oh,
soon. I'm
sweet.
thinking, so I might do something like that. So check that out. Other than that, stay metal. We'll catch y'all next week.
All right, we're out.